Welcome to Solutions for Life, your weekly radio source on pain management and healing. Join us now with your questions on our toll-free lines at 877-956-9566. That's 877-956-9566. Now, here's your host, Lou Paradise.
Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. As always, it's a pleasure to be here with you on Saturday. This is going to be the last program in our series, by the way, and we're going to be taking a little bit of a break, but I wanted you to know that we have an opportunity today to wish everybody an incredible Merry Christmas. Holiday season is upon us, and of course, a lot of the things that cause us some stress during the holidays and why that is still a phenomena for most people, but I think we know some of the key ingredients as to what makes it stressful as opposed to the cheerful, joyous, loving thing it is. And not that we have stress all the time, but it is pretty stressful coming up with all the commercial stuff going on, and I love to separate those two from one another. I'm sure you do as well. So Solutions for Life is a program that's dedicated to the idea that we can be of value to you, especially when it comes to health and healing, and when it comes to the issue with regard to your pain, suffering, and or the issues that you're going through in terms of joint-related, nerve-related pain, arthritis, lower back pain, carpal tunnel, fibromyalgia, diabetic hemorrhagic neuropathy, restless leg syndrome, plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis, backache, lower back, upper shoulder pain, neck, shoulder, the whole gamut of the things that we suffer from. And it's always very frustrating for most folks who are going through those kinds of changes. With all the pills on the marketplace, we know that we've gotten from the over-the-counter medication that doesn't work as well as we'd like to give you pain relief, but it can cause you side effect profiles and medical conditions worse than the pain you were trying to treat. And then, of course, all the opiates out there, the RX opiates, Vicodin, Oxy, and a bunch of the others out there that can cause you to have your life turned kind of upside down. So it's almost like pills everywhere, and no real relief in sight. And I think one of the primary reasons why we have these dilemmas and these difficulties is because none of those products, there's no oral pain medicine and or opiate RX scripted medicine that can help to do the one thing that we all need, to help your body to balance the healing chemistry so you're healing the damage that's actually causing your pain. So if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you want to get some information about any kind of soft tissue pain you may have, you can certainly call in any time on our show at 877-956-9566. That's 877-956-9566. I know this is a busy day for last-minute shopping, and for the holidays and for Christmas is like tomorrow. So, wait a minute. There's really, wait a minute. Christmas is tomorrow. Oh, my God. I better get out and start doing some shopping and what have you. And it is a real crazy time of year, a fabulous time of year, and it's kind of a stressful time of year as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. I do want to have some information since this is our last show for a while. If you go, when you want to look at our Purposeful pain relief and healing products, and I'm always very, very proud to say that as the products researcher and developer, president of Topical Biomedics, we're very proud that the company sponsors this show. And informative by nature, obviously, not to substitute for professional care, but also to give you insight that you may not be able to get from your health professional. We've got phenomenal medical folks out there who really went to medical school to come out and help people. But when doctors are trained 4 months in pharmaceuticals and 4 hours in nutrition, it is a tough call to ask them to try to make that change, although a lot of them do violate the common realized deficiencies, do become part of the issue of what happens with regard to overall health and functional metabolic rates in the body and how the body actually operates. So healing is the ultimate form of relieving pain. And the issue that comes to pass always is stress does play a part in life all throughout the year. We have a different kind of stress during the holidays. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. But let me give you some information about how to get a hold of us at our company. If you want to check out Purposeful pain relief and healing products or our My Pain Away products, we have an original formulation which has been around for 22 years. Our foot therapy is Purposeful foot therapy. It's been around for 16 years, as well as our toxins for children. Then we have our My Pain Away line of products, which includes our My Pain Away fiber cream, our sports cream, and our afterburner products. You'll find these all on our website at top4pain.com. That's top4pain.com. There's an array of information there. If you actually use the word Topricin, T as in Tom, OPRICIN, and go to YouTube, you'll find our YouTube channel loaded with lots of webinars that I've done personally on all kinds of issues, including on fibromyalgia, on migraine, on chemo-induced neuropathy, diabetic neuropathy, allergy, nutrient supplementation, hydration, all kinds of cool stuff there. So you go take Topricin, T as in Tom, OPRICIN, the name of our product, and put that in the YouTube channel. When you click that button, you'll be able to see all the webinars. Lots of great information. A lot of supplement information and other things. We do not sell supplements, but you go to the fabulous stores like Vitamin Shop, Whole Foods, or you can go to places like Walgreens, CVS, to pick up our Topricin products. So we have that all over the country.
Excuse me, Lou? Lou, you there? Hello, Lou? We've got a caller. We got Lisa here from California.
Good. Can you hear me now, Sean?
Yes.
Yeah. Good. I'm going to get off the headset. All right. So here's Lisa. Hi, this is Lou Paradise. How can I help you?
Hi. I was just going down the road listening to your program. You said call, so I'm calling. I'm pushing 60 years old, and I'm developed a condition, plantar fasciitis, and I think I heard you mention that as I was driving down the road.
Absolutely.
I've been dealing with it for about 6 months now, and I'm not sure that I'm understanding how to help myself. I've been to a couple of podiatrists, and their recipe for healing is rest, support, and ibuprofen. I can't do the rest. I'm doing the support, and I cannot tolerate ibuprofen. And I'm wondering if there's something else I can be doing.
You know, this is a great question, and thank you so much for calling. This always makes the most fabulous contribution to our show. Plantar fasciitis is very common. The arch in the ball of the foot, there's the arch and, of course, the fascia, which is the tough tendon tissue that goes between the two. And that gets inflamed pretty easily, especially if you're on your feet a lot. We have a lot of people in the hospitality industry and doing all sorts of work out there, and these are the ones who, along with a lot of our runners and marathoners and what have you. So plantar is a very common issue. And I'm going to give you our Topricin foot therapy product. And if you go to our website, top, that's T as in Tom, O-P, and the number 4pain.com, you'll be able to see the product itself.
So that's top, TOP4.com?
Yeah, top4pain.com.
Oh, okay. I will do that.
So here's what I'm going to also let you know. There's very specific exercises and for the foot. One of the problems with plantar is the fact that the issue with regard to what happens in that area is a lot of complicated tissue between the ball of the foot and the arch in general. If nobody's recommended this to you, one of the ways and the issue here is want to stretch that tissue, want to stretch it, because once we get it past where it is, it kind of gets locked up, and there's nutrient oxygen rich blood. It's hard to get to the tissue because most of the blood supply is microcirculation. So the reason our Topricin products work incredibly well for this, just to give you a sense of that, is that in 14 natural medicines, it's an odorless, greaseless, and moisturizing product. So you're going to love the way it feels. But what it's going to help your body, because what pain tells us is that we don't have quite enough oxygen and nutrient molecules arriving to the tissue to keep the cells healthy and or to repair the cells that are causing the problem. So what's probably most essential is what the products do. They treat the skin. So you're going to love that part of the fact that it makes your skin feel beautifully silky. In addition, it helps to increase oxygen nutrients to the tissue, so now the body's got what it needs in order to do some of the repairs there. Now, so in the interim period of time, one of the other things that's probably most important is to also, if you have a 2-liter bottle of anything in the house, Once you're
Yes.
done with whatever that is, 3/4 full with water, freeze it in the freezer.
Okay.
And then what you'll do is you want to, with a sock or whatever, you can put the product on first if you like, or afterwards, roll it on that nice cold surface. Rolling is one of the most essential ways of helping to recondition the plantar, the fascia underneath the arch. You'll find this to be able to start relieving your pain a lot quicker. This ibuprofen approach not only doesn't work, but like you said, you can't tolerate it, which probably is a blessing for you, Lisa.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're a young, vibrant person to begin with. So this would be the way. And what I can also do is let me give you my email address. I'd be very happy to do a follow-up or a post with you. I don't charge a single thing. I'd love to know how you're doing. I can send you some more information as well. So my email address is Lou, L-O-U, at top4pain.com.
Top4pain.com. Okay.
When you go on the website, if you want to order from the website, we do have a 30% discount for people calling into the show, and it's simple, Lou, L-O-U 30.
Okay.
Or you can go and look at our store locator, and it'll show you a store where you can pick up Topperson products. And we're very happy to help no matter what. But if you do those regimens and start that process, I guarantee you're going to find the kind of relief you're looking for. And this is the way to approach it from a real healing perspective, so that now we're dealing with the cause of the issue, not the symptoms of the issue.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to go in the house right now and do this. Thank you.
Have a fabulous holiday, Lisa. Thanks so much for calling and making the contribution. So appreciate that.
Thanks for being available on the holiday. You have a great day.
Yes, well, thank you. So just like everything else, we know that these are the kind of things that happen to folks, with stress of the holidays, shopping, running all over creation, trying to do everything you can, last-minute gifts, too much, sometimes too much togetherness where you've got a whole bunch of close-knit folks and you love to be together, but you know what I'm talking about. As much as you love them, there's got to be some separation in your togetherness. So sometimes that can cause stress. According to the polls all over the place in the United States, 80% of the people in our country feel some kind of stress during the holidays. And I think it's from all of the Thanksgiving is a different kind of holiday, where you're not going to commercial run presents and gifts as much as giving and receiving presents and gifts is a beautiful thing. You know that one of the most important, precious gifts is unconditional love. And at the end of the day, we should remember that, we know that one of our uncles or aunts or somebody in the family or a brother or sister is just loud and they can't help themselves. And they tell jokes every other second and they can't stand the jokes they tell them. Kind of shut them down. Don't shut them down. Just shut down that idea that it's a bad thing. Maybe that's the only way they have an opportunity to express themselves. And if there's arguments and stuff and things that happened in the past, let that go. Forgiveness is a beautiful power. And God Almighty told us all, hey, if you don't forgive, what's going to happen. If you judge, you're going to be judged the same way. That is definitely not a cool spot to be in. And unconditional love, it's like, okay, I'm going to handle this for the moment. It's only going to be for a few hours. I got to tolerate old Uncle Joe. But you know what? Maybe there's something kind of warm and fuzzy about the guy, and I'm just not seeing it. And even if there's not, I'm going to make believe that there is, just so I can get through the day. But most of the things that happen with us and happen to all of us are really more about how we personally understand the nature between what we do and how we communicate. Sometimes people don't know how you feel or what you really need at that moment in time because you're the only one that knows. And you kind of clearly communicate, I love being together, but I'm going to disconnect for about a half hour, just to get some quiet time. I'm very much like this. I love a house full of people, and we have nothing but incredible people that come to our house. Excuse me. I'm not suggesting for a moment that anybody's perfect. If anybody thinks they have a perfect family or you have perfect relationships, well, there's only one perfect, as far as I'm concerned, that ever walked on this earth, and that was Jesus himself. At the end of the day, the rest of us, we don't have to be perfect. We can be beautiful by just being genuine and just caring about the right things, taking the time to know that somebody loves us and we love them back, and the most powerful gift. Now, let me tell you something cool that you may not know. When you give somebody a hug or you say something cool to somebody, you really care about them, how are you, how you doing, and you hear a little bit of a story of their grief maybe, that really is a huge, huge help for folks. I mean, a gigantic one. But when you give somebody a hug, check this out. You're going to love this. There is an actual hormone called oxytocin. I personally believe those people that did the OxyContin, that RX miserable opiate stuff, maybe looked at that and said, well, maybe we'll call this OxyContin. And that drug is really, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not even going to go there for the moment, but I'm going to stay in this nice, very nice mood of the holiday. When you hug somebody, oxytocin, the hormone, I kind of call it the love hormone. Don't let your mind get into crazy places now, because you feel good, right, when that happens, especially for somebody who loves you and you love back. Somebody says something to you, says hello to you that you really love. Doesn't that make you feel good? There's an actual hormone called oxytocin that gets released. So go out there and give folks a hug. And even people that, you have some issues with a brother, a sister, a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, somebody, and, you've had that for a while. Even though they may think you absolutely crazy and lost your mind, go give them a hug. And hopefully enough oxytocin will be released that you'll see a smile on their face. In the interim period of time, the one thing that we know for sure is that life is really shorter than we think, of course, but it is also long depending on how much time you spend in negative versus being positive. And stress causes pain, and pain causes more stress, and vice versa, a vicious cycle that most people don't want to or can't get out of. So when you look at what takes place in the world and the choices we have, exercise those choices. You know that there's nothing more incredible than to be able to give unconditionally something beautiful, something spontaneous. The best gift in the world is, I love you. The best gift in the world is, I pray for you. The best gift in the world is, I'm going to show you how much I care about you, just to do those things that, and here, check this out. This is probably the most important. The most precious things, just think about this. We all want to be loved and cared for, right? Appreciated and respected. We all want to have a sense of peace and a sense of happiness. And all of those things, most precious things, right? And you could probably name a bunch more on your list. I certainly have a bigger list myself. But here's the point. All of those things, those precious, amazing things, they are the things that money cannot buy, that position can't get you to, that rank can't get you to. Unconditional love, or love in itself, can't be bought, can't be sold. It can't be changed. But either you are truly receptive as a child of God who understands how to receive that, or you are not. One way or the other, whatever your belief system may be, if you don't come to a place of peace, and if you can't come to a place of peace, or you haven't come to a place of peace, that inner part of who you are, that spiritual sense of center, and I'm going to say this flat out, and I have nothing but respect for folks' religion, it doesn't have a solitary thing to do necessarily with religion in itself by itself. There's a whole big, probably 3-hour seminar we could do on that one, because it's a direct connection to the ultimate good, to the ultimate God Almighty. And at the end of the thing that takes place is, this is a place where the peace that we have lives within us. If something is blocking out your ability to get to that peaceful place, that place where you can have your mind cleared and the opportunity to do those things which you love doing most with the people you love doing it most, if there's disagreement, if there's something that has caused you to have issues and you don't want those in your life, you got to go to that peaceful place to get it out of your life. To remind yourself, what's most important? Where am I? Let me count my blessings. Let me count my blessings. The horrific, crazy, runaway freight train holiday season, starting from Halloween. If everybody's got some different thoughts about that specifically, but it does start with that, going into Thanksgiving, and then all this momentum coming up to Christmas, and of course the end of the year, and Hanukkah, and a bunch of other celebrations for folks can be in that whole realm of what that means for everybody individually. But those kinds of stress can cause people in pain to be in more pain, and you don't want that. Physical pain is one thing, suffering is a whole other thing, and spiritual pain is a whole other thing. And the idea that we are here for a purpose and for a reason, and clearly we should always be asking that question before anything else. And there are many more things we can put on the page about what's most important as far as dates in a human's life. And there are two that have been called out that I've always kind of hung on to. The day we're born, and the day we figure out why we're here. And if we haven't done that, you may want to go search that out. This holiday season you want to make a resolution as opposed to I'm not going to eat any more cookies. As an New York Italian boy, it's kind of hard for me to tell my relatives you should be cutting down on those cannolis and those all the cookies and creamy stuff that we have and cheesecake, and all of our family cooks it so good it's ridiculous. But the reality of it is that part of the kind of things that connect us to a real resolution. When can we get to a point of peace so we can finally get to some happiness? So we can finally get to some joy, celebrating life. When we can finally get to the point where we're not taking all those pain pills potentially. This is one of the things that really is the foremost forte of Topical Biomedics, our company. And I'm very proud to serve as Chief of Research and President of Topical Biomedics, and our 5% products have proved to a lot of folks we do not have to suffer in pain. We do not have to live in pain, and we do not have to suffer the consequences of oral pain meds. And when those kinds of products work, oral pain medicine, that's fine. But all of us know the more you take them, the less therapeutic value and the more side effects, and you wind up with medical conditions. And this isn't something that's just being said on this show. It's being talked about all over the country. Worse medical conditions as a result of using those kinds of pain meds than the pain you were trying to treat. Does that mean we shouldn't use them at all? There's times when we can use practically any product reasonably to get results, but most of the time what we're stuck with is side effect profiles that are far more significantly worse than the pain we're trying to treat. So the body works in this miracle. It's an absolute miracle. 5% products, when I developed these, it goes back to, goodness gracious, it was over 35 years ago. And for me, as a Marine Corps combat veteran, I understand something about fighting the good fight and fighting for folks who can't stand up for themselves, not because they are less able. At that point, they may be just debilitated because they've taken a whole bunch of meds, they've got some disability, they've got brain fog. How many folks that we have the voice for and the people that are in the greatest need could be suffering from cancer or maybe recovering, and maybe they're in remission, a survivor, real warriors, folks that have diabetic neuropathy or chemo-induced neuropathy, folks that may have fibromyalgia. How many women that we know? All the women's issues out there is totally and disgracefully underserved, and that we all as people together have to solve social issues unless we do believe somehow that our government is going to solve any of these social issues that we have. Well, lots of luck with that. And I'm saying that with all respect to some of the good people that are currently up there doing their thing, but disgraceful stuff that goes on in campaigns and the mark that we have on us right now, we have to do something about social good and understanding using our businesses and our life processes as a force for good. Because the good news is we have the good news. If anyone doesn't want to pay attention to that, that's okay with us. Because, and it's not okay, but we can't do anything about it because we don't have any control over that kind of stuff. But what we do have control of is how we do the best we can every single day to make sure that we're doing something that's going to positively affect the person's life. So when it comes to pain and pain relief, when it comes to healing, some of these factors all play a part every single day, not just during the holidays as far as stress goes. And the body's ability to heal itself is an absolute miracle. And it just needs simply enough oxygen and nutrients to the cells where we have pain. And most of the time it's in joint tissue. It's in the knees and the hips or the elbows or the fingers and the hands. Lisa was just talking about plantar fasciitis, a real miserable thing of the foot. In the foot, they will also have Achilles tendonitis, shin splints, neuromas. Plantar is one of those. Morton's neuroma is one of those miserable nerve-related issues that are overgrowth of nerve cells that cause you all kinds of pain. Bunions. Or it could be ankle issues. It could be diabetic neuropathy. How many folks suffering from issues with diabetic neuropathy, that burning pain in your feet? Or chemo-induced neuropathy, burning pain in the feet and the hands. Now, these issues can be addressed and remedied, but you just have to know how to take them apart in order to put back the kind of plan that's going to deal with the cause of the issues, the cause of the pain, not the symptoms of the pain. And one of the most essential parts of this idea of our life is to be able to get you really good information that matters. Knowledge in itself, it hears knowledge is power. That isn't exactly true. Knowledge, it's well applied, and it's really good information that you apply to your life can be very, very powerful. But it can't be anything less or anything more, I should say, if it's not applied. So good knowledge applied can really make a difference.
Welcome back to Solutions for Life. We're here to take your calls toll free at 877-956-9566. Now, back to your host, Lou Paradise.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, it's a pleasure to be here with you, and today especially, Christmas Eve. I've got a lot of stuff that's exciting for all the little beautiful people out there in our lives who are believing that something magical is going to happen overnight, and by the time they wake up tomorrow morning, something incredible is going to go on, and they're going to have this festive, whole, glimmering thing that's in front of their eyes that delights their little souls and their little hearts. And for us as well, this shouldn't escape any of us older kids that should be celebrating. but celebrating the birth of Jesus, to me, is like the most essential part, the spiritual sense of our connection. And there's nothing wrong with a celebration of gifts and gift giving, but it should also be a reminder of the reflection of life and what we should be doing to care about each other in the most important ways every single day. And this element of Christmas and a sense of peace and harmony doesn't always set in, right, with all the crazy running around of the holiday season, and doesn't give us a break sometimes, and can put a lot of pressure on folks, especially with limited income, trying to figure out, okay, what the heck am I going to get my little beautiful child? And people shouldn't be under that kind of stress. I think it's that part of it is not cool. But in the issues of coming back to our central focus on pain and pain relief and healing being the ultimate form of relieving pain, one of the things that we figured out as a research and development company at Topical Biomedics in our Topricin products was that the world as we know it has had the very significant and very sad issues of addiction to opiate painkillers or legal RX drugs that has caused one of the most horrendous drug problems we've ever faced in our history as a country. An overwhelming 5% of the world lives here in the United States, and we take almost 100% of the worldwide distribution of Vicodin and almost 99% of the worldwide distribution of OxyContin. It's just sad. Let alone 75% of most scripts that are written in the world are written right here. And, of course, we don't have any more pain than anyone else. We don't have any more suffering than anyone else. We have a lot of disproportionate things that go on that cause people all kinds of issues. But the point is, when 13,500 infants are born addicted to their mom's painkillers, their RX opiate legal painkillers, there's something wrong with the picture. And that's one of the reasons why our contribution isn't to say, let's throw all those out. I mean, that's going to be up to everybody to decide that on their own. It's really to say, why are we trying to treat pain with something that you can't monitor? You can't monitor yourself if you're on opiates. Like giving people heroin and an injection or a syringe and saying, go off and treat your pain. Because ultimately that's what's happening now. We've got people that are running out their script benefits to get their scripted medicine. They're addicted to the legal stuff. Now they got to go out and get heroin to keep their high moving on, and that's a terrible thing. And addiction is not something that is a choice. Addiction happens sometimes more readily to certain folks than others, and that is a real problem. But even if we had none of those, we still have 116 million people who are either chronically in pain, and anywhere from 50 to 75 million, depending on which statistical place you get your information from, and the rest in acute pain. And when we treat pain with pain pills, just let me give you a kind of a scenario. So if you're ibuprofen or naproxen, which is either Advil Motrin, and naproxen would be Aleve, and or acetaminophen, which would be Tylenol, none of those chemicals, and that's what they are, none of those chemicals have any curative power whatsoever. They may nullify the ability for the body to produce inflammation. But right on the other side of inflammation, just so you can appreciate this, if you really research it as many decades as I have, you'll see that pain, inflammation, and healing all have something very important they must do for one another. Inflammation, if you didn't know, is actually one of the most important protectors of the body's natural ability to heal, repair itself, and protect itself. It's just that when there's too much inflammatory fluids that hang out in tissue too long in joints and nerves, that damage that starts is what the cause of the problem is. It isn't inflammation in itself. It's the overabundance of fluids and toxicities that hang out where there's too much inflammation. Now, if you bring in the painkillers, you think, okay, well, those are designed to reduce inflammation. Well, Tylenol is definitely not going to help you there because that is not designed to reduce inflammation as Advil, Motrin, and Aleve might be. But here's the problem. Any one of those chemicals are toxic. If you look and take a look at the Centers for Disease Control, CDC or NIH or FDA for that matter, you'll find out that acetaminophen, which is the active ingredient in Tylenol and about 400 of the cold and flu products, is the reason I'm bringing it up now because we know that season's ahead of us. Acetaminophen is the leading cause, and check it out, the leading cause of liver failure, chemical cause of liver failure in the United States, according to all of those agencies. So we know that can't be the approach. And if you look at the ibuprofen side, you look at Advil, Aleve, or naproxen with Advil, Motrin, Aleve is naproxen, Advil, and Motrin are ibuprofen. These chemicals cause, according to FDA, cause high blood pressure, risk of stroke, risk of heart attack, increased risk of gastrointestinal problems. And all of those doom and gloom things, we don't want to have that, right? We don't even want to talk about that, because what we understand at Topical Biomedics is that when we do what we do best, and that is, let's look at what the problem is. Let's look if we could take what's causing the issue. Now, not the symptoms. If we're treating symptoms and not the cause, that's why we have folks who have tons of folks who have arthritis, lower back pain, two major things, foot pain, issues with the hips, neck and shoulder, the shoulder issues with rotator cuff problems, mechanical things that are going wrong, and some of the stuff and information we don't receive can be really problematic for those. And that's why the Array of Educational Forum in our company has always been very key to everything we've done successfully with everybody we serve, including doctors, medical doctors of all specialties, and their patients and individuals, and people who want to stay active, or people who want to be more active. And so if you're suffering from those issues, arthritis, lower back, carpal tunnel, neck and shoulder pain, restless leg syndrome, any of those issues whatsoever, any pain-related issue, the body does not care what we're calling any of those. It's just saying, hey, help me to get the excess fluid pressure off the capillaries, off those, that's microcirculation that's responsible for delivering oxygen and nutrients, to keep the cells healthy and to fix the damaged cells that are causing the pain. Help me to get that thing square, and I'll give you the pain relief you were hoping for and you've been looking for forever, it seems. Pain pills don't get us there, because pain pills do more toxicity to the internal mechanism of the body. So we're taking pain pills internally to get some pain relief in our wrist or our hand, right? Well, if you use hot, smelly, cold, smelly, greasy products, of course, we know that those, unfortunately, don't work really well because they're not designed to deal with balancing chemistries in the soft tissue that are causing the pain. And this is a reference. Never do anything about self-help, especially internally taken, even though we talk about deficiencies on this program. And we talk about the basic ones, vitamin B complex, vitamin D3, and omegas, which most everybody's deficient in, that causes metabolic changes that cause your pain in joints and nerves to be accelerated. Because the deficiencies actually are what the body's looking for to have neutralized the issues of what's happening in the metabolic parts of the body, or to fortify the metabolic parts of the body for normal function of all the organs and all the joint and nerve tissue. When we don't have those, that's really the primary cause of where our pain is, along with hydration, not getting enough good water, or not getting enough fluids in general, or drinking the wrong kinds of fluids. So this isn't some mystery anymore. There's a real opportunity for good consensus information to land on the page, to start somewhere, to start to unravel this so that you can have what you need for pain relief. So Topricin products work by doing something pretty unusual. First of all, they're not greasy. They're moisturizing, and they were designed that way because they contain coconut oils in the base. There's anything from 11 medicines in our original Topricin Pain Relief and Healing formula to 17 medicines in our new My Pain Away sports cream. So we have lots and lots of natural natural medicines, all natural biomedicines, and the size of the medication, these natural meds, are almost identical to the body's natural healing chemistry. What they do is they treat the skin. Keep in mind that most people don't know the skin's involved in the immune system and all the underlying issues that it regulates, all the healing chemistry, all white cells and blood cells in general, all of the metabolic enzymes, everything that's happening in white cells, all the way throughout the entire part of the immune support, temperature control, health and function of the entire body's processes underneath it to the joint and nerve tissue. So imagine how important that is. So we treat the skin so to get it completely functional to serve those purposes. The medicines immediately go down into the lymphatics, and the body's using them. The medicines don't do this. The body does this. It takes those medicines, and what it does is it stimulates the lymphatic system to get the pressure, fluid pressure we were talking about before, off those capillaries, simply to restore oxygen, nutrient-rich blood to the tissue. Now, when we do that, the body's automatic process of doing that helps to do two things. It gives us the opportunity to help the body to balance the chemistries that cause the body to go into a healing state, complete healing mode, which is so cool. And we're talking about topical applied product now that goes right where you hurt. So you have to take anything internally, You put this product right on your skin, you will love it. It's so moisturizing, it'll make your skin feel silky, even if you've had some dry skin and cracked skin or problems with your skin before. And it helps because of the nature of what it does to simply balance the body's chemistry. It doesn't have any curative power. The body has all the curative power and the miracle that it is. And, this program is always designed as an educational forum and not to be misunderstood or taken for a substitute for professional care. We want people to go to their doctor, get the diagnosis, make sure you know what you're treating before you treat it. If you're on prescription meds, you want to make sure you do that before you do any supplementation, just so you can be sure that you're checking to be sure that none of the things you're thinking of taking will interfere or cause unusual side effects or in effect to the medicines you may be taking. But one thing that we can tell you about why we have such great success, when we're helping the body to deal with the cause of the pain, again, the body's the miracle here, not products. Topricin products are close in their alignment to the natural body's ability to heal itself because of the medicines that we use that are part of how the body actually heals itself. So these medicines have been known. Homeopathic biomedicines have been around for over 200 years, and they're known to help the body to heal. And so topical biomedics, Topricin, and our My Pain Away products are designed to help your body deal with the cause of the pain, not the symptoms only of the pain. And by doing that, guess what happens? Most of the doctors and pharmacists who we have is in alignment with our company who are treating their patients accordingly. They have told us over the many years how remarkable it is to see the body healing and how we can see their patients, and they're doing this with the patients. That's not something that comes from us, helping them to reduce the amount of meds they're taking, especially pain medication. That doesn't mean that the products are the ones that are doing it. That means the body, its miracle to heal itself is what's doing that. It's what's causing that benefit. And if you don't know that, of course, then you don't know, you don't know that it even exists. And, of course, if you haven't tried Topricin, you haven't tried our healing technology. And all of the people out there who use our products, we have a 99% retention and reorder rate with everybody who orders the products. And we have an educational forum that is second to none. We have more education about what to do to help yourself of things we do not sell that we always make sure that we're supporting, because you need to know all of your options. You need to know everything you need to know about what's happening when you have arthritis or lower back pain or carpal tunnel. You need to know that so that when you get that information, you go to your doctor and you can help the doctor see you're getting better, something that's safe, something that is easy to use, and that you're going to get that opportunity to do that. And guess what? You're helping your doctor get reorganized in what he or she is thinking about how they can help other patients. Once we get that part of it going, our community, remember I said, government's not going to solve any of these kinds of problems, that with all respect. Institutions aren't going to solve these problems. With all respect to our movie actors and singers and entertainers, they're not going to solve this social problem, although some of them are engaged. We are going to solve this social problem together, the whole community together. So if you have any questions whatsoever about what I've just been speaking to, or any questions about any pain-related issues you'd like to have a chat over the phone, you can always call us at 877-956-9566. That's 877-956-9566. Lou Paradise, the host, Topical Biomedics, the sponsor, Solutions for Life, a program that has been giving lots of folks good information for a very long period of time, and we're delighted to bring it to you today, especially Christmas Eve. But we want you to have the present of having your pain relieved. Yeah. How about a gift of pain relief during the holidays? How about getting over that, finally getting the bite, that gnarly pain out of the way so that you can start seeing that you can get better? I think the most essential thing that we have been always just loved and been delighted with is people said to us, you have no idea what you've done for me. I had this terrible bout of diabetic neuropathy. I got your foot therapy product. I started to use it. I went to my doctor and let him know, and my pharmacist to let them know what I was doing. They were totally cool with what I was doing with the Topricin pain relief and healing product, the foot therapy product. And within a matter of days, I could start feeling the ease of my feet, the ease of the pain. I didn't think it was possible. And in 2 weeks, it felt like somebody came and gave me a brand new pair of feet in the middle of the night or something. Now, we can't promise you a brand new set of feet. I can tell you that. We know someone who can give you a brand new set of feet, and there's nobody on this earth right here. But the real point was that person couldn't get to sleep. Every one of the people who use our products says, I can't believe how this pain relieves my product, how the product relieves my pain, how the products help to restore what it is that it's doing to help my circulation. So at night, when I'm finally going to bed, not dreading going to sleep and not getting to sleep, waking up miserable and cranky and tired and not feeling good and all that kind of stuff, by doing that, my energy is restored. So they said to us, and this is thousands, hundreds of thousands of patients now, or people who who are either being treated by doctors or individually treating themselves, saying, you didn't just restore my, help me with my pain. You helped me to start seeing my suffering could start ending. You helped me restore my hope that I can have quality of life back, doing the stuff I love with the people I love, which I'm doing now. That is the promise. That's the guarantee for Topperson products. So anybody on hearing this, let me give you some information because we're going to be going off the air soon, it would seem. If you want to go and check out our products, go to top, T as in Tom, O-P, top, 4, the number 4, pain, PAIN.com, top4pain.com. That's top4pain.com. If you want to get a hold of me, you can either do it on the website, and my staff will get it, or you could just email me at lou@top4pain.com. If you want to order from our site, you can take a look at the array of products we have and all the information that's there. I think you're going to love everything you see there. You can do that and just put the discount code LOU, L-O-U 30, that's L-O-U 30, and you'll get a discount if you do it that way. Or you can go to our store locator and find a store near you that carries our products. You can follow us on Facebook, Topperson.com, TOPRICIN, the name of the company or the name of the product, .com. You can go on Twitter. You can follow us on all the social media, and we have tons and tons of information. Use the word Topperson, our product name, Topperson, T as in Tom, O-P-R-I-N, R-I-C-I-N, T-O-P-R-I-C-I-N. Man, couldn't spell what the heck, Lou? Topperson again, T-O-P-R-I-C-I-N. Put that in the YouTube channel and punch that in, and you'll see all kinds of cool webinars I've done to give you lots more information. I've been doing this for, goodness gracious, almost 30 years now. Lots of information. Fibromyalgia are a real big one. We've helped lots and lots of women understand the other things that cause their symptoms and to give them the hope and quality of life back they need. Part of that is working with the doctor or your pharmacist. There's great potential to get off medication that isn't helping you, not working for you. It leads you, and the point is it leads you to that first place to start to unravel all these complications and get things simply done and seeing the results for yourself. And I think our products have encouraged people to do that plus. So we are always going to be available to you, even if we're going off the air temporarily. And again, the website, top4pain.com, top and the number 4pain.com, and Lou at top4pain.com to get a hold of me. Our company 800 number, if you want, it's 1-800-959-1007. That's 1-800-959-1007. Monday through Friday, our staff is there, so you can get the phone. You're not going to be putting through all those prompts. Dial 1, dial 6. Oh, now you got to dial 17, 34, and 106. Oh, God, help us. No, none of that. This way you can get the information you need, and you can get everything you need in order for us to be able to help you 24/7, literally, with anything that we can do to help you and be able to get good advisory and good information to take to your doctor so you can see what you can do to help yourself and help your doctor understand how you're getting better so he or she can help the other patients that they have get better. And that's something that we've been very, very proud of for a long time. So one of the most essential things about the holidays is wishing everybody the best, the most incredible health and vitality, helping everybody to understand the magnitude of gift-giving. And the gift-giving we love most is heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul. I love you. That's the most beautiful gift. I care about you. Showing somebody something amazing about how you truly care. Reminding each other how important it is to not lose sight of genuine caring and respect and healthy boundaries, and looking at how we can really take a look at solving a lot of the issues that we have in the world today by doing it at home. Take the time to make sure the people that you love know that. If you've had some arguments and you don't want to be the bigger person, remember, forgiving is a powerful thing, and you know who's looking at you when you're not forgiving somebody. So I wouldn't mess with that if I were you. And being able to do that so that you know for sure you've got something in your heart that is going to matter to folks. Remember, everything that we find most precious in this world is every single thing that money cannot buy. Position can't get you there. The issues of life and love and happiness and peace are within us. They always have been. And it's never going to change except for one thing, that you make that decision that you are finally at a point where you are definitely going to make it happen no matter what's going on, and that your life matters because you matter. And you let people know that, and it's the most powerful thing in the world. And I want to thank sincerely our fabulous, amazing engineer, Dr. Sean Young, who is astoundingly amazing, has been helping us to get this show on the air for the handful of months we've been doing this. And so, Sean, I can't thank you enough for that. And wishing you, especially in your new house, first Christmas, the merriest, blessed Christmas possible, because Lord knows you deserve every blessing coming your way. A lot of the folks that make it possible for us at our company to be the kind of company we are, a company that really cares deeply about you, not selling you products, but providing you solutions, giving you something in your hands that you could say, wow, I know what to do with this, giving you the tools to finally get out of that funk, get out of that brain fog, help you to help your doctor, help you help yourself in the issues about what you need to do to live your life fully. You were not born to be in pain, and you weren't born to have to suffer. That is, and anybody who's told you that, tell them to take a hike. Because at the end of the day, the good news, we can always be far more better at what we do if we're doing it right from the beginning, if we really take it and go back to basics. So Topperson and Topperson products have been helping people like this for the last 22 years to be able to enjoy fully a sense of life and peace and happiness that we are so humbled that we can serve in the healing ministry to be able to give people something that matters, not something that we're just advertising, something where we're doing something where we're letting people know. We're calling it out, saying, hey, here's the hope and quality of life you're looking for. You go deeper, you're going to find out who's responsible for understanding of what we're doing and not being afraid of telling folks you believe in God Almighty and all of the rest of the stuff that goes on, then your happiness and peace is at hand. Because in order for us to understand anything about what we do, who we are, where we are, we need to first loving, caring, generosity of spirit. And it sounds to me, Sean, that we are
Do you love walking, but your achy, tired feet won't let you? Whether it's plantar fasciitis, arch, heel, or nerve pain, Topperson Foot Therapy Cream's 14 active natural biomedicines helps your body heal damage-causing foot pain. Its odorless, moisturizing, provides rapid, soothing relief, ideal for diabetic foot pain, and will leave your feet feeling silky smooth. Best part, is guaranteed to work. Find Topperson Foot Therapy in Walgreens Diabetic section or CVS's Foot section. Topperson Foot Therapy Cream, for lasting pain relief guaranteed.